Erica, Mena, and Yandi are in the center of the scandalous rumors that are exploding on the internet. There are shocking reports that even after a proven niece is flatly refusing to claim. Insiders are whispering that this may be the biggest betrayal yet in the twisted saga of love, lies, and loyalty gone awry. While fans are frantically seeking answers in the wake of Erica's unborn child, which is igniting fury, uncertainty, and a media frenzy that is only growing louder by the minute. Social media was ablaze a few weeks ago when Erica Mena revealed that she was expecting a child, with Mendeecees Yandi's longtime partner as the presumed father. At first, everyone assumed it was just another attention-getter, but when the van results purportedly confirmed Mendeecees as the people expected Jaws, his biological father, to take responsibility for his acts and face the repercussions. But, instead of doing so, what happened left fans in full shock. According to people familiar with the case, Mendeecees is currently asserting that the N test may be phony, and some even claim that he feels he was set up. Is this denial motivated by remorse, fear, or something more sinister? Hold on tight, because this story is going to grow dirtier than anyone could have imagined. It started with modest rumors that something was wrong between Mendeecees and Yandi in the backstage areas of the reality TV industry. At first, it was simply harmless fan conjecture, but everything changed when Erica Mena revealed the greatest secret on her Instagram Live. She was expecting a child. In addition, she implied in a mysterious remark and a sly smile that the father might be someone hip-hop fans knew well. Within hours, followers had the timeline glances exchanged throughout the reunion photo and the one intense backstage dispute between Erica and Yandi that never made it to air have already been put together. All the clues pointed to the same name. Mendeecees. Yandi initially didn't reply, while Erica took advantage of the situation by posting ambiguous updates, sharing pregnancy photos, and throwing in directs that only served to stoke the fire. She remained mute, and that silence shouted louder than any denial. Ultimately, in a turn of events no one anticipated, whether a leaked net test was authentic or not, it claimed to have a score of 99.9% of people are positive that Mendeecees was Erica's unborn child's biological father. The internet went crazy. Fans were furious. Some cried betrayal, while others said it had to be a hoax. However, nobody anticipated Mendeecees' response. As he dug down on denying everything and refusing to, he was caught off guard by the denial leap. According to sources close to Mendeecees, an insider claiming to be a former assistant says that Mendeecees was incensed when the test was made public and accused Erica of manipulating "she wants to trap me." He allegedly claimed during a heated phone chat that was partially taped and later leaked as part of the test and setup. "This ain't my baby. I ain't claiming nothing without proof from my people," he said. However, fans gave Yandi a lot of applause. Many pointed out that the leaked results were already from a licensed lab. Thus there was very little chance of an error. Others accused Mendeecees of avoiding responsibility and treating both ladies disrespectfully. Stayed unusually silent, but insiders claim she was distraught behind closed doors. One family member even claimed she didn't leave the house for 3 days after the article hit. Feeling besieged by an uncontrollable narrative and humiliated, she allegedly told a close friend that she had confronted Mendeecees before the results were made public because she suspected something was going on. He swore on everything, but it was nothing. Now look, Yandi's heartbreak has become a trending topic, with thousands of fans posting supportive messages and even more. The plot only got more complicated when Erica shared a video of herself sobbing while clutching her baby bulge and stating, "I never asked for this. I didn't expect to raise another child alone." As the video went viral, comments flooded in, with some expressing sympathy for her and others condemning her of lying and attempting to ruin a family. However, it was evident that emotions were running high and that the fanbase was split. Even celebrities started to weigh in. Another Love and Hip Hop castmate responded, "This feels like a setup. I don't understand." To the tweet, "If the Mena says he's the dad, then step up period. Men got to do better." Mendeecees attempted to dominate the conversation as social media was in disarray. He went live on his own channel and addressed the rumors, but rather than settling things down, he said in a defensive tone, only adding more confusion. "People out here trying to ruin my name. I know what's real and what ain't. This test, I ain't signed off on that. Anybody can print a piece of paper and say it's from a lab. Y'all believe anything these days." Fans were shocked. According to Pearls, when he didn't deny sleeping with Erica but instead questioned the timing, the intent, and the entire procedure. He even implied that Erica might have been seeing someone else at the same time. "Until then, miss me," he replied. "Ain't nobody showing me no real receipts." In less than a day, Erica responded to all of this drama by posting images, documents, and even a video of herself entering the clinic. She claimed that he was merely afraid and that instead of fans swiftly created the hashtag #ClaimYourThings. as a result of her persuasive receipts, which turned what began as a scandal into a full-fledged media circus with every blog, gossip page, and podcast delving into the mess. Even YouTube channels unrelated to the hip-hop scene were dissecting timelines and examining the dinner documents, like detectives admit. According to a source close to the family, the men's mother intervened and privately contacted Erica, requesting "I already did what I had to do." Erica allegedly said in a comment to her followers, "I'm not jumping through hoops because they can't handle the truth. This just made matters worse." Erica apparently declined a second test to make sure. A member of the Love and Hip Hop production team claimed, "He's embarrassed and angry, but I believe he was secretly considering taking legal action to prevent Erica from using his name in public." As the Mendeecees' denials grew louder, a video of Yandhi and Erica together at a private event, purportedly recorded after the dinner results leaked, appeared on social media just when fans thought they had seen it all. The scene was tense, and Yandhi stood across the room with her arms crossed. Although there were no words spoken during Erica's conversation with a nearby person, their body language conveyed resentment, pain, and betrayal. The 12-second video was enough to ignite the internet once more, with fans speculating about whether a fight had occurred before or after the tape. As the situation became more chaotic, show insiders began to mutter about behind-the-scenes consequences, with one comment reading, "This is not over, the war just started." Producers were, "This is good for ratings, but bad for real life." One crew member shared anonymously, "Emotions are real, this ain't just TV anymore, people are hurting." Rumors also began that the upcoming reunion taping had been postponed because of the tension between no one wanted to be in the same room as Yandhi Mendeecees and Erica, and everyone was waiting to see who would show up and who would blow out first. As the days went by, fans demanded answers, and Erica kept posting cryptic comments about betrayal and parenthood. Mendeecees remained silent and defensive. Yandhi still hadn't addressed the media directly, but she was about to change everything with a surprising new twist that came from Samantha. Mendeecees' ex-girlfriend and the mother of his other child unexpectedly shared a mysterious video of herself drinking tea on her tails, stating, "It's funny how history repeats itself. Some of you forgot who you're dealing with." Fans rushed her duns, demanding explanations within hours. And pictures were taken, began disclosing private chats in which Samantha allegedly stated that she had informed Yandhi about Mendeecees' loyalty problems years prior. One of the messages said, "This isn't new behavior. He's just skilled at changing the subject and making the women look crazy." Samantha's presence rekindled old tensions and gave the drama a whole new depth, whether she meant to stir things up or just couldn't help herself. Behind the scenes, Yandhi was an addition to her marriage publicly. Disintegrating close friends reported that she felt as though she was drowning in betrayal. Insiders disclosed that she began to doubt everything, including every trip Mendeecees took alone, every late-night call, and every justification that made her feel foolish. People close to her started to distance themselves from her because they didn't know how to deal with the emotional burden she was carrying. While she allegedly told a friend through tears, "I defended him through everything. Now I look like the fool." Her suffering turned into a quiet storm that builds pressure until it explodes. Sees persisted in digging his heels because he believed Erica had a plan and was deliberately attempting to destroy him and his family. According to one source, he began working with a private investigator to look into Erica's previous relationships in the hopes of discovering anything that could deny her assertion that he is desperate. The source claimed that he is attempting to change the story because he knows in his heart that the truth frightens him. Fans weren't buying it while he busied himself avoiding responsibility. Hashtags like #StandWithErica and #MendeeceesCancel began to gain popularity on social media, and some of his longtime supporters even started to turn against him. Erica, on the other hand, wasn't done talking. She talked about the toll the situation was taking on her in an emotional live session. "This pregnancy was already hard," she said, her voice breaking, "but now having to deal with denial, being accused of lying, and having my child's father treat me like I don't exist, it's intolerable." After wiping away her tears, she continued, "I never wanted to destroy a family, but I will not allow anyone to reject my child." Fans praised her for being honest and vulnerable in the video, which went viral. Some even began to wonder if Mindy was deliberately being portrayed as the antagonist in order to save her reputation. Production sources from Love and Hip Hop started disclosing additional behind-the-scenes information as tensions increased. It seems that weeks prior, Yandhi and Erica had gotten into an off-camera confrontation, and security had to intervene when Yandhi allegedly charged towards while the video was never shown. A crew member claimed to have seen it firsthand. According to the source, Yandhi snapped during a promotional shot, yelling something along the lines of, "You ruined my life." Erica continued to remark, "It was crazy when he came to me." As soon as possible, fans started requesting that the network disclose the footage, asserting that they had a right to see the truth. But the network remained silent. Meanwhile, more drama developed, and Mendeecees' sister allegedly tried to calm things down by speaking privately with Yandi. She informed Yandandi that the family, "You don't abandon a woman carrying your child, especially when the truth is already out," she allegedly added, expressing embarrassment at the situation and disapproving of Mendeecees' treatment of it. "He needs to grow up." Yandandi was grateful for the support, but it didn't do much to Mendeecees' the wound. She felt abandoned by her husband as well as by the life she had created with him. Now, whenever she looked at him, all she saw was betrayal. Things reached a new low when a phony paternity test began to circulate online. Pretending to be the fans weren't sure which test to believe because it looked legitimate with a lab header and a signature. But it was eventually shown to be a fabrication, likely an attempt by someone on Mendeecees' staff to call into question the initial result. The child wasn't Mendeecees, so now we're forging documents to escape the truth, Erica wrote on Instagram stories after being touched. Amazingly, her annoyance was evident. And, as legal tensions increased, Erica hinted in a since-deleted post that she was consulting lawyers to ensure she couldn't back out of child support if the baby was officially born. Many followers expressed concern about her emotional state and urged her to take a break from social media and concentrate on her health. Fans interpreted it as a sign that things were going to get even messier. Some even began to speculate that this entire scandal would become a full storyline in the next season. "You want denying the baby? Cool, we'll let the court settle that," she wrote. One fan wrote, "They're missing out on the most significant scandal since Joe's line and Stevie. So watch this." Amid the chaos, Yandi finally broke her silence with a simple but powerful post, a black screen with white text that read "Healing in silence, don't," in just a few hours. The post received over 500,000 likes. The comments section was inundated with heartbreak emojis, calls for her to end the relationship, and even some celebrities joined in, with one R&B singer saying, "You deserve peace." It became evident that Yandi's quietness was not a sign of weakness, but rather the quiet before the storm. Then came the words, "Queen, don't let a man's confusion steal your life." A voicemail leak was posted by an unknown website, purportedly showing a man discussing the incident with a friend. He is heard stating, "I should have never got involved with Erica. It was supposed to be a one-time thing. Bro, now she's trying to act like we were in a relationship." Fans felt deceived once more after reading the shocking message that went viral on the internet. It not only confirmed that he had slept with Erica, but it also revealed that he was downplaying it in private. While Yandandi and Erica were together, were left to deal with the emotional fallout. One comment best described it, "He's out here playing puppet master while two women suffer." Erica replied in a matter of minutes. Once she really posted, "Tell that to the Nightsu, it was now obvious that whatever had transpired between them wasn't simply a casual hookup. There was more to the story, and Mendeecees' lives were starting to fall apart under the weight of receipts, emotions, and fandom. Stayed over the gifts. The promises, "Don't play me like I'm some groupie, you were in my life," period scrutiny. And the most tragic aspect of it all was that a helpless child was being thrust into a conflict rife with pain and ego betrayal. As public pressure grew, there were rumors that Mendeecees was getting ready to do a sit-down interview with a major platform to clear the air. But insiders stated that the true reason was damage control. According to reports, his publicist was terrified of the criticism. And if the situation wasn't resolved right away, there were threats of losing brand deals and sponsorships. "He's losing credibility," and fans said one source. "And if he doesn't correct this right away, there may not be a career left to save." However, something else. Voice, "I made mistakes, but I'm not the monster y'all trying to make me. Took it when he was asleep without his knowledge. I was intoxicated and don't even recall being there in that state." However, the excuse just made matters worse. Fans blasted him in a barrage of comments. One remarked, "Remember everything when it's handy, but when the receipts crashed, you had amnesia." To make matters worse, someone posted a group chat between Mendeecees and two of his closest pals, in which he described the circumstance as a mistake that keeps biting back. One message said, "I should simply ignored her when she claimed to be late." Fans were appalled by the man's insensitivity, lack of responsibility, and remarks regarding Erica and the unborn kid, totally unaffected by the fallout from his actions. Love and hip-hop producers allegedly called an emergency meeting as their emotions were running high. According to insiders, they were discussing whether to air a special episode that addressed the scandal or to avoid it altogether. One source stated, This is what the show is for." One tweeter said, "If you don't air this, you're protecting him. It's the kind of drama that garners ratings, but it's also real life, and people are getting hurt." Fans were already asking that the drama be shown. When Yandi got home, a close friend said that she had reached her breaking point and that she had taken the kids to a private retreat because she wanted space-clear healing since she had gone through too much. The friend added that this time Yandi wouldn't just smile and pretend everything was all right. Weary of bearing the burden, fans praised her fortitude and used her story as motivation. Hashtag YandiStrong began trending as women shared their own tales of betrayal and tenacity, and it evolved from a scandal to a movement. Erica said nothing for a few days, but me and baby are good, she answered quietly. We're just trying to stay peaceful. She had an obvious baby bump and new energy when she returned. Her supporters, the public support, gave her strength, but the weight of being at the center of such a firestorm was undeniable. People were quick to comment on how radiant she looked, and many praised her for choosing calm over chaos. Nevertheless, her eyes told a story of exhaustion, as if she had aged years in a matter of weeks. His management team was reportedly reevaluating their relationship. Sponsors were pulling out, and his interviews were being canceled. According to one source, he was shocked at how quickly things fell apart and thought he could ride it out without realizing how many people were watching and judging him. As all of this was happening, a new rumor surfaced. Allegedly, Erica was thinking of giving the child her own last name and leaving the father's name blank on the birth certificate because she didn't think he deserved it. She reportedly told a friend, "This baby will grow up knowing they were loved even if their father couldn't." This is one blog post that could really make things worse. Gather yourself. A familiar figure appeared just when it looked like things couldn't get any messier after the story went viral on the internet. Many people complimented her bravery, while others pleaded with Mendeecees to put things right before it was too late. Showed up out of the shadows with a message that would rock the world once more. It was Samantha Wallace, Mendeecees' ex-girlfriend, and the mother of one of his older children. She hadn't been in the spotlight for a while, but she had something to say. So she went live on her. She started by saying, "But now I'm seeing the same man do the same mess to another woman while pretending he's a changed person. Nah, I'm not going to let him gaslight the world anymore," in a tone that made it clear she had had enough of the circus. She remained silent for years. Samantha didn't hold back when she called out Mendeecees for his phony progress, claiming he knew exactly what he was doing with her. Fans who remembered Samantha's tense past with Mendeecees and Yandi flooded in, some in favor of her and others accusing her of trying to stay relevant. Erica, who constantly acts as though he's smarter than everyone else in the room, plays victim, cries on cue, and then acts as if nothing happened. I lived it, and now Erica is living it. This unexpected turn of events completely changed the story. Rob began playing earlier videos that contrasted his previous apologies with his present ones, and the unsettling thing was that they were nearly word for word. The topic had shifted from Mendeecees and Erica to a broader pattern, a history of deception and shattered relationships. As if things couldn't get any worse, Yandi's brother, who hardly ever got involved in public drama, posted a mysterious message that had fans giddy. He said the same thing to Samantha back in the day that he's saying to Yandi now. One fan noted, "This man's been running the same game for years." It was shortly rumored that he had challenged Mendeecees behind the scenes and that things had become heated. Some insiders even said there was a physical struggle, but there was no video. Patterns don't either. Protect my sister at all costs. Although Mendeecees remained largely silent, his inner circle wasn't. A close friend revealed that he was thinking of taking a paternity test through the legal system rather than accepting the situation. But the idea of Yandi's own family stepping in made fans realize just how serious it had become. He still believes that Erica may have manipulated it in some way. The source claimed that he is paranoid and feels that everything happened too quickly. But fans didn't feel sorry for him and instead accused him of attempting to put things off. In order to avoid taking responsibility, the article claimed he's more worried about optics than his own kid. Disgusting. Erica appeared to be taking back her story. Posting a calm video of the video went viral not because it was dramatic, but because it showed her in a white maternity dress strolling through a serene garden with her hands holding her belly. The caption, which read, "We choose peace, we choose light," was brief but impactful. It was the first time since the scandal that she looked truly at ease. Seemed to be a gentle rejection of letting the cast define her any longer. Fans showered her with heartfelt prayers and affirmations, describing her as resilient, strong, and glowing. But behind the scenes, Erica was still having difficulties. Close friends disclosed that she was dealing with a lot of stress and even experienced a health scare that sent her to the hospital for a brief period of time. One source confirmed that the baby is well, but the emotional toll is real. She is managing to keep her composure in public, but it has been a nightmare. Despite her online strength, there were cracks forming under the pressure of betrayal and public scrutiny. And parenting had been too much for Yandi. She started to break out of her silence with modest yet noticeable gestures. She shared a picture of her journaling by candlelight with the statement, "Healing is quiet sometimes." She also posted a phrase that said, "You don't have to set yourself on fire to keep others warm." It was obvious that she was done pretending that everything was fine and covering for people. Her followers became more and more convinced with each post. Love and hip-hop producers finally took action, confirming that a special reunion-style episode featuring Erica Yandandi and Mendeecees in separate roles was in the works. Some even conjectured that she had already met with a lawyer and was secretly planning her departure. In the days preceding the unique new footage, fans went crazy as the countdown started, anticipating who would speak the truth and who would try to spin it. Interviews, the program promised raw emotions, exclusive revelations, and no-holds-barred admissions, revealed behind-the-scenes footage of Mendeecees shouting at filmmakers as he stormed off set, saying, "Y'all trying to paint me like I'm some monster." It further fueled the flames. "Not doing this if y'all just going to make me look bad." If he was innocent, followers questioned, why was he so defensive? Why not clear the air with calm and confidence? When the show finally aired, Yandi's interview was calm, collected, and intensely emotional. She spoke trust, betrayal, finding her voice again, and "I gave everything. But I can't keep sacrificing myself for someone who doesn't respect what we built," she said, looking straight into the camera. "This isn't about hate, it's about healing," she continued. Her eyes welled up, but she didn't break. Then came Erica's piece. She looked more vulnerable than ever, and her voice cracked as she talked about the confusion, the optimism, and the inevitable loss. "I believed him when she said, I think the late-night calls." She revealed that despite everything, she still wishes men would stand up not for her, but for the child. "This isn't a game to me. I didn't expect to be here, but now I'm carrying a piece of him, and I won't let that child feel unloved." Then Mendeecees arrived. His portion was unvarnished but defensive, acknowledging bad decisions but avoiding complete responsibility. Things became tangled, and he claimed that emotions got involved, but that he never intended to cause harm to anyone. Fans weren't impressed. Many referred to his remarks as hollow, and others were incensed that he still wouldn't fully own up. One comment summed it up: he still thinks this is about his image. "We're over it," after the event. He also questioned the timeline, implying that he had doubts about the dinner and even that he was being targeted. Yandandi earned a lot of acclaim for her fortitude and lucidity, while Erica received appreciation and sympathy. However, Mena's reputation suffered greatly. Former fans withdrew, brands distanced themselves, and the once respected name he bore was no longer associated with him, was now linked to treachery and scandal denial. After everything had subsided, Erica shared a final post that touched everyone's emotions, a sonogram picture with the words, "You are my miracle, you were never a mistake." The story suddenly changed from being about the drama to being about a mother choosing to defend her peace and her child, and somewhere in the midst of all of that, Mendeecees was left alone, his silence forced to finally face the truth. The comment section exploded with love, repercussions of his actions, and now that the dust is starting to settle, there is still a question. Will Mendeecees eventually take responsibility, or will he keep evading the truth by making excuses and denial? Erica's strength has emerged as the central theme of this tale, demonstrating to the world that a mother's love and fortitude can triumph over any chaos. Yandi, who was once caught in the middle, is now standing alone, taking back her voice, and embarking on her healing journey. The story's fans are split. With so many lives impacted and a baby on the way, the stakes have never been higher. This is not just a love and hip-hop storyline anymore. It's a warning about trust, betrayal, and the consequences of playing with people's hearts. Emotions are high, and the internet is still reeling from every twist and turn this saga has delivered. We want to know what you think. Do you believe that guys are still hiding something? Was the nail test the last straw, or is there still more to uncover? Will Yandi ever be able to forgive him, or has this destroyed everything beyond repair? What about Erica? Will she raise this child by herself, or will men from Mendeecees finally step up and do the right thing? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We're reading them all. If you've been following the drama from the beginning, don't forget to hit the like button. If you want to be informed about the next, the truth always finds a way out, and we'll be here to deliver it to you first. Stay tuned for this explosive chapter because, let's face it, this story is far from over.